I'll just make sure that the stream is live and stuff
I'm
isn't
just
going weird, basically.
I'm refreshing it so that I can see when the stream goes live.
Alright.
Oh, and we're live. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So you go get your snack. I'll keep these lovely people entertained with some form of story.
Alright. Yeah.
Not a true
BRB.
story, obviously. Bye-bye. Okay. Alright, now that he's gone, let's let all the fun stuff begin. Hello, people who watch this, because I'm 99% sure there's nobody here right now. So, hello. I'm Andrew. Andrew B, if you're nasty. This is Guy Smith's channel. We are doing yet again another stream, as we do every Thursday. Excuse me. And I don't know what else I could say. I suppose I could say anything, really. I don't, but anyway, hello. Hope you're doing well. If not, oh well. God, I love doing that. I love tongue popping. It's so much fun. Anyway. So, we're gonna begin once he goes and comes back from getting a snack because he wants to eat. My cute little munchy boyfriend. And I'm just sort of here to, keep the faith, I guess? Guess I can tell a story. Let's see. I'm gonna just try and go along as I can, because that's how I usually do stuff. It usually works out horribly, but anyway, so let's see. Once upon a time, there was a princess. Let's go with a princess, because that's never been done before. So, long ago, there was a princess, and her name was Princess
LeQueer.
Hey, go away. I was just starting my story. Oh well. I guess you'll get your story another time, folks. The eating wonder is back.
I grabbed a quick snack.
That's what I said.
Whatever. Are you done promoting?
Almost.
Alright. I guess I'll just let you...
I don't know, I'm trying to see what else I need to promo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I guess.
I find it vaguely frustrating that Microsoft, having merged Skype basically into the operating system, when you have a account set up, it just syncs your messages over, and it doesn't get rid of the notifications, even if you've actually read it in app, because you haven't seen it on the specific Windows 10 machine. Unless it's just a bug with the Windows 7 install that I have, that it's not notifying my laptop. It just seems to be weird. I feel like it should be smart enough to be able to know that it's open on a different system. Whatever.
I think I've gotten all of them.
Alright.
Let me see if there's a promo in here. No. Oh, well, okay, never mind. Yes, I can. Okay, why not? Oh god, I hope she doesn't come.
Who?
She probably will. Nobody, in case they come and watch it back.
Okay.
But you know who. Well, you don't know who, but you should know who.
I might.
They're somewhat dramatic-ish. Whatever. Anyway. Alright, I think I've gotten all of it.
Alright.
Done. There's other places I can self-promo, but I don't want to promo in them because I don't know who the fuck would come to the stream. But also, it's promo, and I want fucking viewers.
Sometimes it's better just to hazard a guess or try it out once.
It's Narmark, you know, the guy who makes those. Thank you. This guy who made like the SpongeBob anime opening and the Shrek thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of person would come through there.
I already posted it, so.
We'll see. All right.
If anybody. Maybe I'll post it in here too. Why not? I don't know where I would post this. Creations? I don't know.
Is there not like a video promotional thing?
No, but I think. I don't know. Oh. Okay, can you not?
Well, I'm trying to fill the silence with something.
Well, not that. You know, that's basically.
I'll behave if you let me stay. Please don't think that I'm begging you for love. That better?
I said it was.
Hey, Claire.
Hey, Claire. That's somebody.
Oh, the crunch. Crunch! Alright, I'm just gonna share the screen now.
Yes, please do.
Alright.
I'm crunching. Ignore my crunching.
Okay.
Crunch, crunch.
Then Mio-D grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
Anemia is not horrible, but that's also not something you would expect from a little kid.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
Oh, son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
Alright. Well, we've got Luna.
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
I feel a little bit better now. Well, that's good to hear, Claire.
Wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but...
You have to take a look at him then. Please. Quark needs your help.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
So that thing can tell us what's wrong with Quark?
Yes, I believe it can.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
Crunch!
You cutie.
The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds his results lit up on the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip, just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
Da da da. Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean?
Yeah. I told Alice and Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. They must have seen the newspaper clipping that Quark found. It stood after the AB game, and they had all split up and got into different rooms. It seemed like one way or another, everyone had heard about Radical 6. Because we don't need too many explanation sessions.
That's probably what you can name this stream. Crunch.
He can't... How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Something about the tone of his voice seems strange. Why isn't it possible? Had Tenmyoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
Well, Adam says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should be okay.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
We looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say.
I don't blame you,
asking
Tenmyoji.
Luna.
I'm sorry, but Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
We are definitely calling this stream Crunch. Crunch. Alright. No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh God. And he's going to... Oh God, no.
Look, just to be sure, the three of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't
No,
there?
there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
And the stuff that was for the escape, but that's all we basically junk now. Treatment pods. That's it! If we put Quark in one of those pods... For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark!
Oh gosh.
Oh, thank God.
Quick
Oh,
question,
goody.
how did he already get the scalpel? Because he already has the scalpel right there.
Maybe he just really wants it, and he, like, force grabbed it.
Sure.
Get away from me!
Hey, can't say it's not a possibility.
Quark, what are you...
I just thought... Nobody, when they are infected with Radical 6 and are suicidal so far, primarily Quark, have had slurry or slow voices. Isn't their perception supposed to be about 2.5 times slower than what normally is experienced?
I believe so, yes.
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
Escape.
But how?
Like... this!
Quirk's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight toward his heart. Stop! Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Well, see you guys. Okay, bye, Claire.
Bye, Claire.
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys! I could use a hand here!
Yeah, right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you jerks!
Tenmyoji! What the hell are you doing? Get over here! Tenmyoji! Can you even hear me?
Oh, right.
I think we can skip this, can't we?
Damn you!
No.
Bastards!
But it's
Why
happened
won't you
before.
let me go?
We've
I
done
have to
this,
get out of
but
this
not
body.
in
They
this
can't lock away the
sense.
soul. Once my body's gone, my soul
Okay.
can escape. Please, you have to let me go. Let me go. I'm trapped here. Let me die. I have to die. Kill me. Somebody. Anybody. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
Yikes.
Ah!
Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get this couple away from him first. Nobody did that yet? Good. Thanks whoever that was. Quirk barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we gonna do? We've gotta calm him down somehow.
Luna,
Yes?
are there any tranquilizers in here?
No.
Crunch.
Well,
Crunch.
What?
There's Super Beta.
Soparil?
That's the anesthetic. The one that's in our bracelets.
Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just... Okay, I've got it.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
You're basically crunching right into the microphone, aren't you?
Mo. Mo.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, I guess we're good for now.
Yes,
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
he shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical Six?
Even though I don't like
Not
eating
much.
them, I should go grab some pickles and just like get real close to the microphone and just be like,
Oh my god, babe. You were not the pickle the pickle
I'm
lady.
the pickle lady. I'm the pickle lady.
I probably know about as much as you do.
Oh, I want to do
All I've
that
seen
at some
about it is
point.
that
I want to do a
newspaper
whole
article.
stream. You can do it whatever you want, but I want it anytime I talk. I just want to do it in ASMR. Oh, I know. Whenever we fucking get around to recording more Coot, which has been like 17 years, that's when I'm, even though I do like the voice I have for her, I'm going to make Penny's voice ASMR.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Just imagine
Wait,
that
just-
deep, bestial growl, but ASMR.
Oh god, now I'm going to do that. I was just going to do normal ASMR, but now I'm going to try to do that. Oh, that's going to be fabulous.
Expecting you, Schween. Oh my god.
No,
I cannot do that
No.
quietly.
no, you can't do it.
I'm expecting you, Schween.
No, you can't do it. Stop it. You're trying to. No. Firstly, you have to do it like I did it, which is kind of. Which
I also
when
just
did it
realized
was
I used Schween instead of James. What the fuck?
Look, just because you like Schween doesn't mean that you can say it as his name.
Yeah, that's somebody else's playthrough.
You all know that we like Schween. You like my Schween and Schweens, and I like Schweens and blah 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 blah. Anyway, do her voice. You have to. It was like a mix of Yoda and Cookie Monster. I liked when I turned into Cookie Monster. That was fun. But you gotta. Hello, welcome. My name is Penny, and welcome to the ASMR show.
That works.
See? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do the next time we do it. Okay.
Alright, anyway, that the truth?
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess. So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too? Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
I turned and followed Tenmyoji's gaze. Oh? There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently she had been the one to take it away from Quark. Oh no. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him or for some other more sinister reason. She didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked far more like Quark had it a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow, her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. Alice? Hey, are you feeling okay?
We're all going to die.
Huh?
Oh
We're
dear.
all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
Wait! Alice! Oh jeez. We were all too stunned to even try to restrain her. We all just stood there as she spun around and leapt through the door.
Of course
Damn
you
it.
did.
I shook myself and took off after her. But those few moments of hesitation had put too much distance and too many doors between us. Shit, which way did she go? Right? Left? I was still trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
Yeah, I don't know which way she went.
Well, let's split up and look. Quickly. She can...
Right.
Oh,
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood?
Gotcha.
Tenmyoji, I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
At Fi's command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors as I ran. As I ran, I thought, where should I look for Alice? Perhaps a lounge would be a good bet. Lounge. No one here, huh? Damn, where did she go? Complaining wasn't going to help anything. I needed to go look somewhere else. He's gonna go pretty far, isn't he? The treatment center. Shoot, nothing in the treatment center either. We need to find her quicker. She's gonna do something bad. If we hadn't stopped Quark... I need to hurry. I headed to the garden next. I'd only gone a few steps from the walkway through the grass when I stopped short. Alice!
Here you are. Good. I'm glad you showed up.
Huh?
I just got here a minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
Then she's alive?
Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds.
So she's just unconscious.
Looks like it.
What about the
Doesn't
scalpel?
look like she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Right. Alice was lighter than I'd expected, and fine, I managed to set off toward the infirmary at a brisk trot.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
Yep. On our way back, Fi had gone up to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no. No!
What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelavir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them in those?
Right. I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
They can't cure it.
Correct. They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelavir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Tenmyoji moved over to Quark and lifted his small unconscious body off the bed. Quark shifted slightly as Tenmyoji moved him, and something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. I bent down slowly and picked it up. Is this medicine?
What?
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelavir.
Excelavir! You found it, Sigma? That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier.
And he didn't really have any idea what it was, so... Why not? Earlier
We
when?
explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket.
He did.
Whether
He
or
hid
not
it?
that was his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. And to be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
Oh, there's only enough for one, isn't
What?
there?
There's only enough here for one
maybe.
person.
Yeah.
The only way we have to administer this is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
You.
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
While we all stood stunned, Fi moved. Stepping over to Quark, she quickly ran her hands through his clothes and stepped back with a frown and a small shake of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
Do you think there might be some more back in the laboratory?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the hell is this? There's no way we're only going to save one of them.
What are we going to do?
Do I have to spell it out? We're going to save them both.
How?
That's,
Ow, motherfucker.
I needed to calm down. Think. There had to be some way to save both of them. It was there, I knew it. IG, globulin.
Do you know
We're
what
remembering
immunoglobulin
stuff.
is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator? Oh my goodness, this is the first thing that this time around that he hasn't
Replicator
remembered
makes
that
it sound like it makes
That's my
copies of
point.
stuff.
If you go right now,
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't know right now. If you go to if you go to the the chart thing, I think there should be a lock that's unlocked because we're doing this. Because we went through the laboratory first.
Flow. Well, this is
Yeah,
probably where
that's
the lock is. Or wait.
Oh,
Nope,
that's
yep,
it?
this is the lock. Haha!
I told you.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, or whatever that is.
Any
Who
ideas?
knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
That's it! I've got it! The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
If I told
What?
you had a nice antibody,
Hey, babe.
that's an interesting. That's an interesting achievement. It can copy immunoglobulin. Antibodies. Luna just said Excelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
How do you know?
I saw it when it was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dia was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory, so how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelavir.
And potentially make even more, just in case. I mean, it is a viral infection.
That would mean we could cure
We'll just
Alice
take
and
it.
Quark.
That's
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah. No time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go. the laboratory.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
That is a tiny bottle.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot in the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials into the machine, intending to slip them definitely into my pocket.
What happened?
Oh shit. Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it'd broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table. Oh, let me guess, it's another bomb.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
Oh, it was even the original. She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look, and... Bomb 2. A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. Could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah. Quark's off the list, too.
But
I mean,
Tenmyoji,
clearly.
you have no proof that she spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Oh.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally? Probably purposely.
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
I mean, clearly.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a moment?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see
So what
anything
do we
here.
do?
Come on, if I knew, I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Hello, YouTube Minecraft watcher. I will call you Watchman.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the dead...
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here.
Break it and it blows up. Leave it and whatever criteria it meets, it blows up. Ugh.
Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
Hi, does he respond? I respond. Is this still picking up my microphone? Yeah, it is. Weird.
It is. It's just...
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelerator, then head to the Flore warehouse.
Right.
This ought to do it. It might take a little while.
Says he's seen
but they
your
should
Minecraft
recover.
werewolf episode.
Of course. I think that's one of, if not my most watched videos.
Probably it's your most. It's almost at 1,000 views.
Oh, wow. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Accelerator. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. Flore warehouse is waiting. No, I will not make a roleplay involving the witchery werewolf. I just have an inside joke of whenever I see sheep and need to kill them, I just say, sheep. I destroy you. Or I kill you. Or whatever. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh? Phi should know not to trust him!
Ugh.
That's cool.
Ugh.
Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, that's a real dick move.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points. Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
You just like real world role plays. Eh-heh.
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good.
I mean, you'd both be within winning range in the next round. Which is when more people would be able to come with you. I mean, you don't know what's beyond the door.
You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
BP? Bonus points? Bracelet points.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
DOK Fire Clover took off immediately, going into their AB rooms. Yeah. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into the AB room number 1. And start pulling.
"30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes."
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that
Yes.
anyway. I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's
And
face broke into a
yet-
warm, happy smile. Yeah, she betrayed us last time. The perk with betrayal is you don't lose as many points as the other person gains, but still
It's
not
just like,
that good.
ooh, that's gonna, because it's like, ooh, Luna, poor Luna.
Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary. And then polling ended.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Really cutting it
3,
down to the wire,
2,
aren't you, Sigma?
1.
1.
We're betraying, right?
Yeah, that's what it said. I mean, we can always go back if need be.
Yeah.
Round 2
But,
of the
oh,
Ambidex
this is
game
gonna be
has been
interesting.
completed. Results will be displayed in
Nuker.
the warehouse.
Who needs nukes when you have antimatter bombs randomly placed throughout the
Thank
warehouse?
you for your participation.
The whatever this place is called.
Ambidex gates.
Luna and I stepped out of the AV room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair. I thought...
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked Betray instead. This is the dick ending, basically. It had almost felt
Well, let's
unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the Betray button and against my will.
Sorry, no, I'm reading, well, because I'm reading the ending on the wiki. I forgot this happened, but you'll see in a second. You'll see.
Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are.
Ooh, hurry up and get to the fucking results. I want you to see what's about to happen.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector, trying to get away from those eyes. Oh, that's sad.
No, it's just
Results from round 2. Please direct
you made the right
your
decision.
Huh? How about the bomba? Or the SAR bomba? That's a hydrogen bomb.
What's the hydrogen? Anyway,
Oh?
betray.
Oh my god. Okay, my audio just peaked, but like...
Yeah,
What?
I bet you weren't expecting that, were you?
No! What? I figured Clover and Kay, that's okay, but like... Fi and Dio... Fi had no reason to trust Dio.
But it's more ours that's like, wait a minute.
points
What the
have
fuck?
been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your
Excuse
bracelet
me?
to see your
Yeah.
updated
I mean, the
bracelet.
fact that he was willing to betray you yet again, I mean, that just...
Uh-huh. What?
What?
It wasn't possible. I blinked from my eyes and looked again. No! How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Oh? Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where'd she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seems we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you pit betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9 BP. Would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look! I only have 1! You were this close to murdering me. Get that smug grin off your face. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fi and Dio. Oh, I wouldn't trust Dio as far as I could fucking throw him.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another.
Or they just, you know, didn't trust each other, which is kind of fair.
Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
Yeah. I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster: betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Had it been Radical 6? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together instead. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
Etufai?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared behind it.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No.
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
I'm amazed that those don't close when everyone's out of the AB rooms, but okay.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can...
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit, too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
Huh. I wonder what the others are.
It could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. I wonder, how hungry must these people be? After playing the Nonary game for so long.
I mean, they've got the pantry. They can always just eat in there.
Well, is that open?
It should be. It's the second floor. I think.
Well, yeah, I guess someone... Just about anyone would have to pull the lever, and then... based on whatever randomization algorithm, then one of the doors would open. But not everyone... Well, I was about to say, not everyone would know which door is which. yeah, I don't think the labels actually show up until they're unlocked. But anyway. Play the video at the end of the Star Bomba. Not on this stream, buddy.
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the A-B game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb we gave bomb while we gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everybody else would work together against them. But how do we figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? That's right! The memory card! I pulled it out of my pocket and held it toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever said the bomb dropped it. Yeah, I don't know what's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Allons-y! Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb in the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Then stick it in already. Oh my god. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen exactly the right size to fit a memory card. With the moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this? I don't even know if that's a cipher.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
In other
Be right
words,
back.
the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. Is this some kind of code or something?
Doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Makes sense.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
Yep.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to the code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? What do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? Oh, that... Can't you piece it together? Terrorist hunter or whatever? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic! Of course I'm
Really?
not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy! I'm your ally! I'm your friend! I just want all of us to get out of here! Just please tell us! Please. We all need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. Oh my god. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her. Okay, this should be interesting.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
But how do you know, but how are you sure that she won't either say the same thing as you, or, you know, not know as much as you? Well,
Then
yeah.
why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters, or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, Alice. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB
Yes.
game?
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do
Kill
what?
me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I
No.
could have killed you. I would have killed you.
We might hate a little bit.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Just a single tear. Because she didn't want to smear too much of her mascara. Then oh, never mind. Then another and another, leaving shining lines down her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb against her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who we're after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Ha, come on.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. Alright then.
I mean, she doesn't exactly have the ability to touch up makeup, but... eh. Alice took a deep breath and began. Time for some information! You do a better Alice voice, babe.
Oh, that's true. Alright. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation, and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States.
Makes sense.
By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. I'll be right back, that's the oven.
Okay, I'll continue reading then.
Okay.
It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Ooh, that's even worse than killed. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her. As a single mother, alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student, and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school, and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of International Security, SOIS. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons. Although, at the time, that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. You can continue.
Oh yeah, sounds like fun. What the fuck is that word?
Myrmidon.
Myrmidons, okay, sure. The Myrmidons apparently believed they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely related with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out.
But why was she in such exquisite Egyptian wear?
Because why not? It's the desert. That was probably very breathable and made her feel nice.
I guess. Continue.
Anyway, but I was just deciding what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. That's right, Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I had expected. They told me they had been locked up inside of the very building I had been on my way to investigate, and they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people who they were chasing, and who I was certain were Myrmidons, though I don't think so.
No.
In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to the SOIS headquarters. We decided involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated the particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6-person riding in the SUV, though they weren't riding in it, per se. No, they were tied up in the back. Yeah. A middle-aged man, who we'll just call H for now, Ace, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player in the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's known as the morphogenic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, except that we have, but okay. So I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Oh, goody. History lesson, folks. Why do I have to do this voice? I don't want to do this voice. I'm doing my British voice. Or maybe I could do my Cookie Monster voice. I don't know. I just, it's an Alice voice, but, who says I have to do the Alice voice, you know? Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I mean, I tried doing the Clover voice the entire time. That was way more straining.
Simply put, I'm a little crazy bitch. Yeah. God, you are such a weirdo, but I love it. Anyway. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and hadn't actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. Cookie. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. Say that 3 times fast. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with the threat, and Clover was recruited. Yeah, because, you know, the thought of her just grabbing an axe and chopping people up is like perfect agent material. Because she had been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. Excuse me. I'd hoped that our investigations might also give me a lead on her father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. Wow, Clover actually has clothes on. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover, until at last in a basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. Yikes. It looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding.
Ugh.
They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at SOIS to do otherwise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed them. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. In there in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. Ooh. He had carved them with his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice.
Oh.
I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family, I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, voice-wise. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. Didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was a mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on our 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared, looking very familiar.
So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be... Oh my goodness.
I'll do it. 781536109883809424190905551.
What the hell?
He was convicted of a string of numbers.
Another lock has been unlocked.
And that is a pun to behold. I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind. And I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did... Wait. Can you say that again?
Could you?
The numbers.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
What in the... What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351
Holy shit, her brain is a computer.
to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that that number is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get this huge number.
Yes.
Oh my god, stop being
Don't tell me you just did all that in your
I
head.
did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What? No, no way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
I guess. That's not better at
Look
math.
You just recited a huge string of numbers.
You just
That seems
recited a
pretty
huge
astounding
string of
too.
numbers. How the fuck did you do that?
Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her, that it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys, and there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number.
No. Also, I'm pretty sure that, in general, prime numbers are used for the majority of keys. Like, that's why we constantly search for giant primes for, our security. I would know that because I'm in IT.
I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Uh-huh. Could you explain with small words? Sigma, you would.
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first word was this gibberish.
And the second row?
This gibberish. I think.
Stop it! You stop being a pussy, just say it.
CQUJHNMTEONERAXDFNIOVP BYOLWXYPXSDZEQGTKRTLED. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty
Yay,
impressive
you
memory.
get your eye exam.
We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was...
that number.
198,449,351. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left, then move 9 from the right, that would give you O, then 8 more to the right, eventually you'd get a word, and that word was... decode the password using that. You have 6 chances to succeed, fail, and the game is over.
Yeah.
The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The key is that.
You remember, the key is that. I really want you to fail 5 times, and then I'll tell you the answer on the 6th one, so it's like really, like, nail-biting.
The pen is out. 198,449,000. Come on. No, it's out of battery! God damn it! Ah. Curse you, Huyan tablet! Alright, 198,449,351. My memory is good enough, right?
Well, it looks good. I
This
mean,
is what it looks like when I write with a mouse, guys.
It says that you shouldn't need 6 attempts, as the puzzle is very easy. I already know the word. We only got 20 minutes, so you might want to hurry or just ask me. I don't think you did that right, babe. ComQ.
Yeah, no.
Just give me.
What is the code?
That's what I thought. The code is C O M P-L-E-T-E-D.
Completed. Yeah. And then press this little button. Oh, check. There we go. I did it! Completed! That's it! That's the answer!
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah! I did it exactly what you told me to do, and the word you get is completed. Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean... Oh, aside from the obvious, you mean? Oh no, Andrews! Oh no! I would rate the quality of this call 1 star. It cut out. The call ended unexpectedly. What? Come on! I'm literally calling him! I am literally calling him. There we go. Hello? Okay.
Hello, hello.
Do you want me to share screens again? Or?
Yes. No, that would help.
Share screen. Okay.
Darn, it's going so well.
Yeah. But hey, we only have about 15 more minutes, so...
Yeah.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly, my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Damn it, why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered now. Dia was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader.
Well...
That meant he had to be the one who planted the bomb. Well, he's the leader of the Myrmidons.
But he's not like, I mean,
He's not the highest.
Yeah, he ain't shit, though.
Yeah, he's not shit overall. He's just in charge of the terrorist part.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More likely she'd just think I was insane. Fair enough. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. A wild Clover has appeared.
Oh god. I have an axe.
At least it's not Dio. Dio.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
We've still got 45 minutes until the white door's open.
I know that.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you, Kay, and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were.
Yes, of course,
so we all
Tenmyoji.
followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Vi and Kay were already there.
So?
Well, all of a sudden, Vi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AV game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Vi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Vi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh! Just come with me! Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay, come on, Alice, let's go. All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. It felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the tiniest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. This isn't the incinerator isn't. I'm joking.
Maybe it is.
Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. Eey. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Korg alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What, I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
God damn it, enough already! I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
I'll just say, I don't like how you're doing this. You're sounding way too like.
I don't know.
I don't like how you're doing it.
I don't like that. Yeah, no.
Never thought I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to steal your job. God damn, I didn't want to, but I don't like how you're doing this.
Fine.
Fine, I will. This is a serious moment. It's, you know, it's more. This is like the end of. This is. I mean, it's been done before in other ending too. But it's like the end of a detective movie where the detective's like, "All right, bitch, you're all in the room. Time for me to explain how everything just went down."
All right. How about I try it really fast? I don't think I need to.
Okay.
They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
No. I don't like how you're picking your voice. You're like, in just a few minutes. I don't like how you're picking your voice up. Babe, don't worry about it. You've been doing it for the last 16 episodes.
I fucking know. Yeah, do it.
Just give me a shot.
Go ahead.
Alright. Stop yanking my balls. Well, don't, but you know what I mean. I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes. And then him goes, you're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth. Now let's get back to it.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm
Well,
just
I like
saying a
how
fact.
Oh yeah?
you just took it
Where the
back
hell
from
did
me,
you
even
get
though
that
it's like
fact?
that you still think you
Yeah.
can. Stop it.
I'm
You don't have to
trying
keep going.
after
Do
what
it.
you said, but like,
Babe, it's okay. Just let me take over for a little bit. It's
Yeah.
okay. I know. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Anyway. Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here. To keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment, I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Oh yeah, that's perfect 50s detective bullshit sort of thing.
yeah.
Fine. Skepticism is understandable, admirable even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. Excuse me. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? Long string of numbers. Do a little prime factor decomposition on that and you'll get another string of numbers to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. Seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No. No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
I said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, he is good at playing dumb.
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Dunno. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are
What
these
the
Myrmidons?
it's kind of like they're like, what the fuck is going on? Dio and I stared at one another, while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Phi and K about the memory card and the number 2 bomb. and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio
I
pretty
think you
much
could
just
take it
admitted to
back
doing
from
it?
this. I think the detective part's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me, and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
To kill you!
God, look at how her breasts are heaving and hoving.
Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty, but you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
I mean, there was a 3 and a 2. Clearly there's a 1. There's probably more.
You mean there's still a
And a
number
0.
1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
Oh!
Add all that up, and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off, and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover.
Whisper.
All that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and tried to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Hey, sit on him! Do something!
Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once I had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
I was about to say, what if there's a situation in which it's best to leave it behind?
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
Well, what can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey, Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Of course. That's the plan.
That's the idea.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat, the right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few moments...
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
No. Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Don't. It's probably like a suicide pill.
Yeah, but she's gonna be dumb enough.
Holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly he moved, his right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
Yep.
What?
Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. But you only get one. This is the deactivation code for Bomb 3. Ready? LXQ LHC NMR.
What about the other three? Tell us the other three. He didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile. Well. Damn.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Ugh. Ooh, so 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something.
Hold on. Let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, then back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn. He's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
Oh boy. We all took off at a run, heading to the different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing. And as we searched, the clock kept tipping. Kept ticking.
Clock kept ticking, clock kept ticking, clock kept ticking.
Yes. 1 minute.
Oh, shit.
Then at last the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven or hell, only the void. Alright.
And Alice and...
Hooray!
Kaboom!
I guess Antimatter Alice really is kind of fitting because that's an ending where the antimatter bombs go off.
Yes.
Lovely!
I wonder what would have happened if we had allied. We would have died. Probably.
Probably. Alice and best served cold.
Alright. 4 more to go.
Mm-hmm. We're
Right,
approaching the end.
At least, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. We've
Probably
gone
take a
through
break.
all of the primary doors at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
We've
I
done a
don't know.
lot
Still
of lying and
take
betraying.
5. It'll probably do it. Still take it like 5 or 6 episodes.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Anyway, all right. How about you say our goodbyes? I gotta charge my phone.
Yeah. Alright. So, that'll do it for us for this stream. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And hit the little bell if you want notifications for when Andrew and I go live or when just I go live. Andrew and I go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. That is 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. And 5 U.S. Pacific. Yes. And then on Sundays, I go live. I am doing Factorio and Minecraft interchangeably because Minecraft can be boring in the beginning, and I'm at the point in Factorio where I'm just mega basing, so I need to do some design sessions and then construct everything. But that's basically what I'm doing. Those happen at 6 p.m. U.S. Central. Account for times as you would normally. Anyway, that should do it. So that is me, Guy Smith, and Andrew.
Hello.
Signing off. Until next time, take care. We'll see you guys. Bye!
Bye.